Welcome back to this championship edition of Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk men's basketball. And with us, head coach Andy Bronkema. And Coach, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks, Robert.
GLIAC champions, won the conference tournament this past season. Just talk here after a couple months have passed, what that's meant to you and your basketball program.
Well, it's the time of year when you can really enjoy it. You look back and you're able to smile and relax a little bit more about it. When you're in the middle of it, it's pretty intense. So the off season is definitely a time when you can enjoy the championship. But we're not resting on the championship. We've had some good training here in the off season, and exam time's about to hit. So we're done now. But we're looking forward to trying to go back to back and the challenges that come to us with that sort of goal and that sort of effort that we're going to have to put forward. But looking back, it was just a great year. Probably coming off the year, where we won 10 games and then winning 23, we skipped a couple steps in the process, and the guys were real hungry. They listened well, they were coachable, and resulted in a championship.
I know certainly that championship has to be one of the highlights of this past year. You had your team banquet here just a week ago or so. What were some of the other big highlights that really resonate for you?
Well, yeah, first of all, it was a great banquet. The people came out to the banquet and supported. We had almost 120 people at the banquet, and it was a real celebration and just a real turnaround. Not that the year before's banquet wasn't a celebration, because it was. And we kept it all in perspective. But this year was just a good turnaround. There's excitement and hype around the program that is real exciting. And you look through the season, there's just a lot of things to talk about. A lot of fun things. Memories of finally winning at Finley was kind of a big thing for us, and then beating Bowling Green, and then kind of the storyline there with Drew and all his family members and the people that he knew in the area at that game. And then I just remember looking at him getting interviewed by you and seeing all the people there. What a great experience. And sweeping the South, a very hard thing to do, is to go 8-0 against all the South teams and winning 16 games in a row, being ranked as high as 18th in the nation, and winning 16 conference games with tied a school record. And then, then to have some adversity like all teams do, no matter if you're the national champs or you don't win very many games, you always have adversity. That's why, sports are so powerful for young men to be on teams. But we lost 5 games in a row and had some adversity and came back, won 5 more in a row and got to the national tournament, cut down the nets at Lake State. It's just, it's a long conversation full of powerful things and exciting things, and we're trying to do it again.
I know certainly you're just coming off or still in the middle of that recruiting period here for the Bulldogs, big recruiting season. What has that success meant in terms of recruiting?
Well, I think this year we've had some more interest from higher level recruits. We still unturned every stone. That's kind of our philosophy, looking every area that we can touch. But we've had some pretty high interest with some really talented players. So when you're winning, that's a byproduct of the wins. So we've brought in some good players with potential, and that's all it really is until they get here and start working and see how they gel together. Of course, we returned 6 of our 9 rotation players, and then if we can mix in a few more. We had a couple red shirts that really are showing promise, and that we're real encouraged for them and their bright futures. So I think we're set up to have some success next year. It's just all about how we gel together, and it's going to be a brand new team.
I know certainly you talk about those kids coming in, those kids that will be coming back next year, but you can't forget the seniors you had this past season, and certainly a great class that met a great deal to your program.
Great class, amazing class, great young men. They're going to do big things, and we're not going to try to replace them. That'd be impossible. So we're just going to try to collect as much talent as we can and become the best team that the new team can be. There's some holes and some stats and some things that those seniors did for us that we're going to have to make up. But really, we're not looking at it like who's going to be the next Drew Lehman or Dietrich Lever, who's going to come in and play for Matt Stoll, who's going to play the role in practice of the other guys, Sanabi and Chilcote and Poaches. That's not a healthy way to look at things. So we're thankful for those guys. We sent them out in style. They sent themselves out in style, and we're looking for for production from new players next year.
I know not only did you guys win a conference championship, we've talked about football, volleyball, men's tennis, all winning conference championships. How does that success carry over from one team to the other?
Well, the coaches are putting a lot of pressure on each other. So if you don't win, you're not part of the club. So I'm glad that our guys stepped up in the conference tournament and joined that that championship club this year. And for the other teams to do what they did, it's just it's a testament to what we have going on here at Ferris State and just the hype in the air and the atmosphere that's being created by the different coaches and programs here and the administration. It's really an exciting time, and we have a lot of programs that are doing it the right way, and it's fun to be a part of, and I'm happy to be a Bulldog.
I know not only did you win a conference championship, you joined as a coach, that club, that tradition of Bulldog basketball, Jim Wink, Tom Ludwig, Bill Saul. Just talk about what that means to you to win a conference championship and rank up there with some of those guys that have been legendary coaches here at Ferris State.
I mean, all those guys paved the way. I'm just in the infancy of my coaching career, just really trying to continue to learn as much as I can, as fast as I can. I don't see that ever stopping, but right now there's just so much for me to learn, and to be mentioned with those guys is good, and I just don't really see myself in that bracket right now. Those guys have had long careers and successful careers, and I've had a chance to know, obviously, Coach Saul as a mentor, and he taught me everything I know, along with some of my other coaches. And then, Coach Ludwig is the guy that I've built a relationship with. And so, just the history of Ferris basketball is something that I'm proud to be a part of.
I know certainly you don't have a whole lot of time to really rest and think back to that championship season, already looking ahead to next year. What takes place between now and next fall before you start again?
Well, in Division II, it's up to the players to have a pretty disciplined summer. We'll give them some suggestions and some workout plans. And then recruiting, got to wrap up the recruiting class and bring talent in. But, we don't like to rest. We're hungry for next year. We want it to start right now. We can't wait. And that's just the approach that the staff has, and I think that's going to take us a long way.
I know certainly one thing that we haven't touched on is the support you received throughout the year, led the GLIAC in attendance in the regular season. What has that support meant for you as a coach?
Well, it helps out a ton. There's so many people to thank there. Coach Anise bringing the football players and just the community coming out. But it's also just a credit to our players because they're exciting. They're fun to watch. They're nice young men, so they're easy to cheer for, and people start to get to know them in the community and at the games. And it's that bonding that's really creating this atmosphere. And it's not just in basketball, but you see it in other sports too. When you attend the contest, and it's just fun to be a Bulldog.
Well, Coach, congratulations again, and enjoy the summer, and looking forward to next season already.
Thanks, Robert.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.